What is going on, family? I am very excited to check out another song from the Big Push. Yes, I finally have said it right this time. I still think that we should call him the Big Push, but that's just me. I had promised to check out their song Precious on my live stream that I had done the other night, and for some strange reason, I completely skipped over it. I had totally had the intention of doing it, and for some reason, I missed it, and I'm so sorry that this has happened. I know it's Women Who Rock Wednesday, but I had promised you that I was going to do this one, and I hate it when I do that to people, so this one is dedicated to you. You know who you are. I'm sorry that you're going through this right now. My heart goes out to you right now, and let's go ahead and check out their song, Precious.
Today your face became a silhouette, a blurry pattern in my mind, unwanted amnesia. They say that things get easier, but I miss you all the time. I found no therapy in cigarettes, and yet I smoke them still. A self-imposed slow death is all I'm craving since you left. But what I really wanna say is precious, love don't go away. I need you more than I have the heart to say. I don't know how or why, but I would die a broken man without you, my precious. Love don't go away, but don't go away.
Oh my good God, man. Every single time, like I said, I've said it a million times already about Ren, that he has always knocked everything he does out of the park, no matter what genre, no matter what subject matter, no matter what it is. Like, you know, he has the ability to just be able to put the simplest things together and put those emotions into words. Like, whether I don't know who he wrote this song about, but obviously there was a loss of a love somewhere, and you could feel like the pain from that, like, throughout this song. I really liked the line that he said about the I found like no comfort, or no comfort, I think is what he said, like in cigarettes, but basically it doesn't stop me from doing it, and that it's a slow death basically since you've left. Like, I it's all I can really long for is a slow death. There was like a line that I had heard in somebody had told me was from a book or something, that was talking about how, like, the main character had said something about, like, you know, you smoke cigarettes for fun, but I smoke cigarettes to die. And we've talked about cigarettes and smoking and all that, I think, a few times on my channel. And with my overall history with, like, just my depression and suicide and all that, cigarettes, I think, and smoking has like a factor, I think, in some of that for some people. Not everybody. I don't want to say and generalize that if that's what everybody uses it for, because it's not true. It's not true. That is not what people do when they choose to smoke. But some people do, and some people don't care if it's killing you. And, you know, I had millions of people tell me, I know I'm exaggerating with the millions, but I've had so many people, like, tell me, just strangers, even strangers, you know, you're in a smoking area and strangers will still say stuff to you. That's the thing that gets me. Is like when you're in the smoking area and people, like, walking by still feel the need to say something. Like, come on, fam. You know that's gonna kill you. And I've said it before that I used to sometimes say to back people that I hope it does. I hope it does. Like, that line right there is another, again, testament of, like, you can't just write. That line doesn't come out of nowhere. That line comes from a feeling that you have, or a feeling from somewhere that you understand. Someone around you understands it. Something where you don't know. Who would choose to write something like that unless you kind of knew what that felt like? Does that make sense? Like I said, not every cigarette smoker smokes cigarettes for the same reasons. I have had my different reasons when I smoked cigarettes for all kinds of different reasons why I did it. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that it's one size never fits all. But at the end of the day, Ren knows how to tap into like that one little market of like that when you really feel something and you really know what that feels like, he knows how to tap into that. And it's unbelievable the way that he really does it, to be honest with you. Because like I said, he does it in the simplistic ways where he's writing the same lyrics and the same type of stuff a lot of times of what things that we've already heard, but the way that he formulates and crafts that art is always just something that's next level.
Give a penny to the celebrant. Eyes are covered by the veil. A wooden box goes down and all we have lies in the ground. And who said that love prevails? Precious love, don't go away. I need you more than I have the heart to say. I don't know how or why, but I would die a broken man without you, my precious love, don't go away. Don't go away.
I really like the way that he writes the chorus here, where he starts it off with like the precious love, please don't go away, and then he kind of says it again at the end. But the way that he delivers those two different lyrics, like it comes across in like two different ways where you can kind of feel it in multiple emotions, where you're able to take this. And that is what I love about art. Is like like I said, you know, hashtag Johnny's wrong. Make sure you put it in the comments. Let me know what I was wrong about in this video for sure. But that's the thing about art is, like I said, I'm normally wrong. It doesn't matter what they wrote the song really about. To some people, that means everything. But to me, it's what it makes me think about, what it makes me relate to. And that is the power of music. And that's the power of art in general. Is like it's supposed to move you however it's supposed to move you. And I feel like the way that he wrote this is designed to kind of make it open for interpretation in both aspects, where he says, precious love, please don't go away. Like the way he kind of delivers that precious love in the beginning is kind of, it reminds me of, it makes me think about how like you're specifically talking about the idea of a precious love, like this idea of precious love, this person, this thing, this, you know, pet, whatever, you know what I mean? Like this love in your life that is your precious love, your daughter, your son, your grandchild, that is your precious love. Precious love, please don't go away. Please don't leave me. Please don't ever leave where I'm coming from. But it also ties together the idea of like love is the specific person. Like you are precious love. I'm seeing straight to that person. So it gives you the ability to either think about someone very specifically or kind of more open in general. Does that kind of make sense? So I kind of feel like it was written that way to kind of make you let it be open for interpretation that way, so you can think about really multiple avenues of different loved ones in your life, if that kind of makes sense.
Today your face became a silhouette.
Such a fire line too.
I told myself that I don't mind, but words like that won't help, 'cause you can't tell lies to yourself. 'Cause I miss you all the time.
So good, man. Again, like with the video too, the video concept is incredibly good. I think that it was great, like the way that like they showed and incorporated the the little idiosyncrasies, or that's probably the wrong word, but the little individual nuances of like their relationship, like, you know, on this location, like she said yes and this and that, like, you know, it's really showing and drawing out that entire like relationship of the story, like kind of throughout the video, with different things that are probably very specific to like that individual person and that individual relationship. So again, Ren never takes like really anything like with like there's probably a million other Easter eggs that I did not even touch on in this video. But I just was really blown away about the overall, just the song itself and how good it is, of like that song for like just either like lost love, whether that means that that person's moving on from the relationship or whether that person has now passed on. So to me, I think it kind of like it gives you that kind of ability to be able to kind of think about it in both of those ways, where people who have passed and you have no choice about that anymore. With you know, the truth is that I miss you and I think about you all the time. Like, you know, like I said, it sounds like it's written for an individual person, but it doesn't necessarily always make people relate to it that same way. This overall was just amazing. Again, a good song, great song from Ren. No matter what he does, is always going to be typically pretty great. So I liked the song for Lost Love. That's, I think, the easiest way to put it is like, you know, the idea of love that is no longer living today. So whatever that kind of looks like. So I really hope that you are feeling better. I really hope that during this time that you are really taking care of yourself as much as you can, if that makes any sense, because you know, everybody has to kind of go through their own grieving processes when they come to these kind of times in their lives. And my heart goes out to you during this difficult time for sure, because I like I said, I've gone through something recently in the last few months in my own personal life, and I try not to think about it too much because it does make me sad when I do. But that's one of the things that I think I try to remind myself and remind my son at the same time too, is like, you know, when you feel so strongly, even if it is those emotions that you don't like, it's normally probably for a reason. So if you're feeling uber sad about something, it's because it's probably was something that you loved a lot and that was important in your life. And so you always have that, and you always have that remembrance of how special that person was, or that, you know, pet, family member, whatever was in your life, and what they meant to you, and that you'll never really forget that. So I appreciate you so much for hanging out with me today. I will leave all the links in the description down below for all the things that I get into, my Patreon, my Discord especially. Please sign up for those things. Please follow me on Instagram if you have those kind of things, because I need more followers. I need people to tell me what they want to see more on my Instagram. So I would appreciate your feedback and support for sure. And if you have enjoyed the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you. Until next time, I appreciate you for watching.